through the mists of mayhem. Fog of blind fury.
What is that, for example?
Questions will be asked as we seek the eye of the survivor.
Let the wars begin!
Who will be the last man standing of Heat Sea of Robot Wars? Who has the boast with the most?
We'll tear someone apart if we get given the chance.
Right.
So let's narrow the angles. Let's close in tight to find the mightiest of the might.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles. Oh yes, welcome to Robot Wars, the 7th Wars, which tonight features the winner of last year's Most Promising Newcomer Award, Dan Tomkia! And having stormed its way to the semi-finals of the 6 Wars, it's established itself as the hottest new contender for this year's competition. So, who thinks Dan Tomkia is going to do the business? Well, it's the one to watch. It's the one to avoid. Don't make it angry. Let the wars begin.
Coming up in our opening first round battle, the return of number 5 seeds Dan Tomkia in the yellow. Plenty of peril from the House Robots. Will the seeds take others for a ride? And whose hopes will burn out? Our second battle has a stag beetling about. Plenty of hate from IG-88. And the usual damage, style, control, and aggression.
Portchester in Hampshire, King B Powerworks.
Fighting in the wars for a 5th time, once a series semi-finalist.
What is your biggest weapon you've got here?
Good power and speed, that's what it's all about. This is an old macho sort of robot. You just get at them and hit them hard.
Biggest fear?
Biggest fear, spinners, flippers, crushers, axes, hammers.
Other robots, right? Other robots, you know.
Anything in the arena floor, basically?
Absolutely, yes.
Right, great.
Fast, low, powerful, 4-wheel with front-lifting spikes and the rear spinning disc, but the ground clearance is open to flippers and the rest.
From Hassocks in West Sussex, Hassocks Hog 2.
Sly and spry from the sty to poke one in the eye.
We've come back this year with a much improved flipper. We had the limp lifter last year. Now we've got some serious pneumatics, so we're hoping to flip a few rather than just tip them. And it's obviously got to have the furry ears to stabilise it as well. They're functional as well as being a target.
Is the furriness, though, not a bit of a fire hazard?
Yes, I have to say, it's going to look good when they catch fire, yes. I'm not looking forward to seeing Sergeant Bash in there.
Ah, the old limp lifter problem. A tusk clog with large furry stabilising ears, a 16-bar powered pneumatic flipping mouth. It is strongly attracted to House Robot Matilda, strangely.
From Chertsey in Surrey and number 5 seed, Dan Tomkia.
Series semi-finalists in the 6 Wars.
OK, Dan Tomkia, what have you done to this robot that is better than last year? What modifications?
We've cured all the original design problems in the system. We have retained link, new batteries, the crystal won't come out any longer, and we've re-armoured the complete front end. So we hopefully defend against spinners, but these panels across the front of the robot.
That is, I just want to tell you, that is rock hard.
That is seriously hard.
Nothing's going to go through that, surely.
No, we hope not.
Has a high-powered CO2 flipper and full-body spinner capability, strong, reliable, is the quickest in this battle with 20-mile-an-hour top speeds. But is the driver a wee bit nervy?
From Southampton in Hampshire, Rick.
A classic wedge-shaped flipper, old-fashioned, I wonder.
I am in the pit with Rick, the robot, and the team I believe you call the Mavericks.
Correct.
What are your tactics to get through the first round?
Just go at them hard.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No fear.
Has the front flipper and spinning blade, 372-watt motors, wedge shape, the wheels are exposed, not particularly fast. Looks good though.
Roboteers, stand by.
The team's King B Powerworks on the left-hand side. Simon Harrison, the captain, Hassocks Hog 2, Noel Poncelet and his kids. And there on the left-hand, Tom Keir, Michael Lambert, the captain, and Rick. There's Mr. Psycho for the House Robots. And Growler.
3, 2, 1.
And this for a place, don't forget, in the Heat second round. 2 robots go through. Dan Tom Keir, I think, is the most impressive we've had so far in this series, and Hassocks Hog 2 obviously agrees, because that was a mighty shove from Dan Tom Keir in underneath at speed. The stabilising ears, yeah right, had no effect, and the hog is overturned. Dan Tom Keir with a little push here as well, on the back of Rick, and we have roast pork again, and we have a little flick for Rick, and teetering and tottering, and down it came again. But already, Dan Tom Keir, worthy seeds it would seem, and on the trail of Rick once more. We know the hog has gone. It didn't last the whole hog, did it? Now Dan Tom Keir's trying to rough up King B Powerworks. Counted down and out. Hassocks Hog 2. Yeah, suey, suey, suey. Giving it a right old chewy, chewy, chewy. And so too, King B Powerworks. Dan Tom Keir is roughing them all up. This is a very, very good overall display from the seated robot. Plenty of power and thrust, control, good weaponry. King B isn't a bad machine either. Was a semi-finalist way back in Robot Wars 2. Oh, a clutch from Mr. Psycho. It's a case now, of course, you see, for Dan Tom Keir to cause as much damage for later on in this programme. Look good, the hog. Great design. But the comic capers end in tears. And the crowd want merciless punishment. Oh, here, you got a few problems. Go on, Psycho, go on. Psycho thinking about getting up to full speed, top speed. It's taken a couple of days to make that decision. Back he goes, Dan Tom Keir meanwhile. That was speedy. Dan Tom Keir got overturned, but look how swiftly it's self-righted. But they switched off there momentarily in concentration. Back to the sty. Young Hassocks Hog. The pit release activated. Oh, Rick slammed. Dan Tom Keir and King B together, almost like a tag team on poor old Rick. Oh, a slam. That is so heavy. Look at the damage caused to Rick. Has to go to the judges though. We know Hassocks Hog 2 went out. Rick, I think, will be the other decision from the judges to be excluded because Dan Tom Keir and King B Powerworks look too strong.
Well, we're going to have to give them a bit more time to make that decision. Join us after the break to see who goes through.
And after the break, the second of our round 1 battles featuring IG-88, Tomahawk, the low figure of Scorpion, the Stag 2, and don't forget, Cassius Chrome, all to come. We left you with the judges mulling over a great fight. 1 from 3 must go out. Will it be the number 5 seeds Dan Tom Keir, King B Powerworks, or Rick? The judges must decide.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. Before the break, we had a fantastic battle. The judges have been making up their minds, and not very well. We've got a split decision. Yes. The judges, in their infinite wisdom, have gone for Dan Tom Keir and King B.
Clacton-on-Sea in Essex, IG-88.
Constructed by Team Vader, and very much from the dark side.
This is Team Vader. Hello, Team Vader.
Hello there.
Hello.
I must say, this looks like a frightening robot to me.
When it's working, it is quite dangerous, certainly.
I mean, what is that, for example?
I'm claiming it to be a birotational axe.
Does that mean it's an axe that spins?
It is indeed, and it goes both ways.
A sloped pyramid-shaped robot with the birotational spinning axe. It lacks self-righting, has thin armour and slow weaponry, and that's what they say about it, for goodness sake.
From Farnham in Surrey, Scorpion.
Looks deadly, but others have drawn its sting in the past.
That looks like quite a frightening disc.
Well, we'll tear someone apart if we get given the chance. That's a fast disc.
It looks pretty frightening.
All the weight's on its outer edge. We run it at way over 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, so it will go through quite a lot. And that one's dangerous within 2 seconds.
I'm getting a bit scared now.
Well,
Scorpion.
you know, it's an arachnid. They're very hard to kill.
Especially with a 400mm high-speed spinning disc, perhaps the most destructive in Robot War. Strong armour can run either way up. A dark horse, perhaps.
From Harborne in Birmingham, Tomahawk.
They sent a warning by fax. We'll cleave you with our axe.
You've got a big axe there.
I have indeed.
Can you do a lot of damage with that axe?
Well, that's the intention. So we've seen what we're up against. Nasty spinners, as usual. I always seem to get spinners for some reason.
Is that your biggest nightmare?
That's everyone's biggest nightmare, I think.
Not now, though.
Yeah, I've bolted some extra armour on the side over the weekend, so we'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you.
See ya.
A new robot with a pneumatic axe flipper, aluminium and polycarbonate body. It's a fast self-righter, it has a low profile, but the new track design is largely untested.
From Newcastle in Staffordshire, the Stag.
Never beyond round one in 2 previous Robot Wars.
Loving your hat?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It's here again, controlling everything.
Brilliant. Is it controlling you?
Oh, yes, entirely.
Now, have you got past the first round? You
Not
haven't.
yet.
Do you think you're going to do it this year?
No.
Right.
Yes, an invertible 2-wheel driven robot based on the Stag Beetle with a 7-ton hydraulic pincer, powerful weapon but exposed wheels, and the armour is weak again.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. IG-88, captained by Paul Rose on the left, Scorpion on the right, with little Sarah Bell in there. Paul Kendrick and Stuart Barnwell of Tomahawk on the left, and the Stag team there on the right-hand side. Little David Martin's 12. There's Cassius Crone for the house robots. Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So, out they come. Scorpion to the centre of the arena. An early blast from Tomahawk. IG-88's flailing weapon looks powerful, doesn't it? The bi-rotational spinning axe, they called it. Ooh, it does look formidable. The Tomahawk is more statuesque. And I wonder if it's going to be quick enough, and I wonder if Tomahawk is okay. The Stag won't be if it continues like that. Look at it, up in the air, the Stag Beetle, and got a shove as well from Scorpion for its pains. But to me, Tomahawk's finished. I don't know if the ref board will come in and have a look. The Stag's looking at the pit release. You saw a little picture of Mark Pepper there, the driver of the Stag, looking on as well with the funny helmet on. And Tomahawk's being pushed and shoved. Had one cleave with the axe, and then Mark and the rest of the team out there watched as Tomahawk was immobilised. IG-88 working up the flail. The Stag is in trouble from Scorpion, or is it? Or is it squeezing Scorpion onto the flailing blade of IG-88? I think it was, which is good control. So if Tomahawk has gone, it's 2 from the remaining 3. Oh, what's happened to the Stag? It's reversed straight into the pit of oblivion! And we know that Stag Beetles can't self-right! That's the end of Tomahawk, of course. But those 2 survive. to create a little bit of damage and infighting. They survived because Tomahawk was roughly awful and the Stag was suicidal. Go on, Cassius Crone. A little bit of ducking and diving going out there. Oh, look at the damage now. What are they doing? They needed to keep out of trouble, surely, from IG-88. They were through the Scorpion. And that could cost them later on. The batteries there exposed. And if IG-88 can get to grips with Scorpion, although they're through, and that's that armament panel of the Scorpion tossed out of the arena, although they're through, they could have major problems later on. That's the body that was Tomahawk. There's no life left in it. It's a Robot Wars corpse in the dead zone and in the drop zone. And that is a heavy metal Ocean Boy. Oh, boy, oh boy. That is no longer a Robotier's toy.
Cease.
The aluminium and polycarbonate body popped. And the innards revealed. Look at this. That's no plastic, Ocean Boy. That is real heavy metal.
Well, Stag gets hunted down and pushed into the pit of oblivion. And oh boy, Tomahawk gets a boy dropped on it. IG-88, the new kids on the block, they go through along with Scorpion.
So there we have confirmation through to round 2, IG-88 and Scorpion. And this is how they line up. The Scorpion will meet Dan Tom Kier and IG-88 will fight King B Powerworks.
Well, before we crack on with the wars, it's time for tonight's special event. Now, do you like robots that spin? You do? You like robots that spin? Well, let's go to Spin City. This is the Battle of the Spinners!
It is going to be a spinning sensation in that arena. You're in there with two of the spinners. We're going to see a lot of destruction, I'm feeling.
That's the nature of Robot Wars, so look forward to it.
Who do you fancy your chances with?
Well, we were all thinking of having a go at the house robots, actually. So.
Not more!
Well, you know, we'll see how it goes.
You seem to have a turntable once again. You're going to do a bit on the old ones and twos. Give us a little bit on the wheels of steel.
Wheels of steel, but they counter-rotate. Yep. Running about 2,000 RPM, give or take. And nice sharp teeth on them as well.
You are just about to step into the arena with two other spinners.
Yep. Quite worrying.
Are you going to do devastation out there, or are they going to do it to you?
We're going to have a crack. They're all quite evenly matched, I reckon. They'll all run the other way up. And they have a certain similarity in the designs of them, so I think that it should be a good match.
It certainly should be a good match. 3 spinners, 1 arena, 2 house robots. It's going to be a corker. Get out there, cause some mayhem.
Roboteers, stand by.
To become king of the spinners, will it be Infernal Contraption, Jonathan Peli, Gary Ewer and Ray Thompson? Barbara's 2 and a bit, or Shredder Evolution? The Barbara's team on the left, captained by Simon Rafferty, Shredder captained by Paul Hunt. They're in the arena for the house robots, a kill a lot. Mr. Psycho 2, rumbling and grumbling.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So the spinners meet. Looks like an old tape deck, the Shredder Evolution. What's a tape deck, Grandad? I hear you asking. Yeah, well, there you go. I'm old, I'm decrepit. These aren't. Barbara's 2 and a bit. Infernal Contraption. Oh! Where on earth did that come from? Let's have a look. Well, it may have come off the front of Infernal Contraption. May have come off Barbara's 2 and a bit. To be honest, I can't tell. One of them out there is damaged. Infernal Contraption on the back foot. Does the spinner have a foot? Don't think so. Shredder Evolution. Almost on its side, bashing down again. There's a fair bit of metal flying around out there on the arena floor, I can tell you. Very, very close. It's a question of pride. Who is the best spinner? Shredder Evolution just bashing into the house robot as the pit descends. Mr. Psycho tries to get in a hammer blow, and it is a mighty one as well. A close shave for Barbara's 2 and a bit. Close. Never mind. It's out in the arena floor, down into the pit. There it is, Barbara's 2 and a bit. In the pit. Did it itself, really. Then there were 2. Shredder Evolution and Infernal Contraption. The tyres shredded it, or I think it's actually the outside rim of Infernal Contraption, and that gives you a clue as to that earlier damage. It obviously came off Infernal Contraption, that bit of metal we saw cleaved away earlier on in this. They're hardly spinning, more like trying to grind out a result now, as the ref bot looks on with unfeeling eyes. Low angle, as we're seeing there, the Shredder Evolution team briefly. In comes Mr. Psycho. Crowd wants action. Mr. Psycho wants the feel of rubber and metal in those giant claws and Infernal Contraption. That's 97 kilos and 3/4 of a metre in length. Give you some sense of size of Mr. Psycho. Into the flames, and we know the motors won't like that, and neither will the rubber tyres. And it is a tired looking Infernal Contraption. Dumped in the pit, which leaves
Cease.
Shredder Evolution as the winner.
Well, barbarous, pitted, Infernal Contraption absolutely battered. The winner of Spin City, the battle of the spinners, it has to be Shredder! We're like little ankle biters out there.
Oh, little Jack Russell, isn't it, that one?
Nibbling it. I'd kill a lot. Nibbling at Mr. Psycho, just nibbling away.
Yeah, that's how we keep going. Good one.
Run out of batteries at the end, though.
Slightly, yeah. We were limping, to say the least.
A spinner has never won the UK Championships. You never know. It might happen this year.
It may happen, mightn't it?
You know what I mean?
You're
Ladies and gentlemen, please go ballistic for Shredder! Well, join me after the break when the carnage continues here on Robot Wars.
After the break, the number 5 seeds Dan Tom Kia against the underdogs, the Scorpion. Will there be a sting in the tail? And then it'll be IG88. Looks mean and keen, but King Bee Powerworks has plenty of experience. Already through in this heat of Robot Wars, the number 5 seeds Dan Tom Kia and King Bee Powerworks. Joining them in the second round, IG88 and the Scorpion, as the Stag and Tomahawk were beaten.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. But after the brutal round 1, 4 robots are left standing. But have they got the mettle to go one-on-one?
Craig coming up, IG88 against King Bee, but first Scorpion against the seeds Dan Tom Kia, and James with them in the pits.
Well done, you're through Dan Tom Kia. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, pretty good. We worked hard. It's a very slippery fight out there. Worked hard, and it went well.
You did get a bit of a battering from Psycho, though, didn't you?
Yeah, he got us right in the middle, right on the flipper arm. He bent it up a treat, actually. We were surprised it still works, but fortunately it did, yeah.
Do you want to know who you're up against?
Oh, yes, please.
Scorpion.
It's better for 2 spinners.
Is that a problem for you, do you think?
It could either be very painful or very quick. But they have a good driver, it's a good machine, it's an awesome weapon at the back. But they've got 3 sides that we can attack. We'll have to see what happens.
So what about your tactics?
Straight down their throats, as fast as we can across the arena, take them from the front to the sides, and clear their disc. and we'll just see what happens.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely no prisoners in this match, is there?
No, not at all.
There's only one robot coming out alive, and you're hoping it's going to be Dan Tom Keir.
Not hoping, it should be.
Scorpion, you are through. Congratulations.
Thank you very
But
much.
you do have a bit of damage. Let's come in here, see this. They've welded that back together, all of this. All superficial damage, though, a little bit at the back. So who did this to you?
It was his IG-88. He caught us quite well and tore all the wing off, really.
Tore a strip off you, but are you ready to get back into the arena and
Definitely,
fight?
definitely.
'Cause you are through to the second round?
Yes.
Do you want to know who you're up against?
It would be nice.
Who would you not like to be up against? IG-88. Well,
We're not.
good news, you're not up against IG-88. You are up against Dan Tom Keir. They are the 5th seed
Yes.
in the 7th Wars.
Yes.
You reckon you can have him?
We can hurt him if we catch him right. For all the damage, we've got our weapon working again, so...
Jeff, number 5th seed you're getting into.
Yeah, well, you know, he's only a flipper, isn't he? And to be perfectly honest, you can go over there and tell Mike he's going down.
Okay.
Dan Tom Keir.
Named after Michael Lambert's kids, Dan. He's in there. Tom and Keir. Stephen Gadsby's in the booth with them, by the way.
Scorpion.
Jeff Smith, John and Sarah Bell, and Scorpion.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, we have Shunt with the blade and the axe, and Sergeant Bash with the pincers and the flame.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And we have a place waiting in the heat final. The winners here. Straight onto the side of Dan Tom Keir. Very strong armament, though, Dan Tom Keir has. And good pace and good power. And Scorpion upended. Momentarily, the blade has stopped spinning. And Scorpion, very nearly, had stopped having any interest in the 20 grand top prize. They were almost out of the arena. Dan Tom Keir has them very, very nearly beaten. Scorpion almost sort of wedged in there. You can see the spinning blade rotating. What I think they're trying to do is get traction on the arena side wall to bump them down. Shunt inadvertently has done so. Dan Tom Keir, now a little bit more cagey, a bit conservative in the approach. Good driving by Michael Lambert there. Shoving Scorpion again. Scorpion slightly the heavier, 1 kilo in it, 97 kilos to 96. What can Scorpion do? Jeff Smith, their captain and electrical specialist, by John Bell driving. Dan Tom Keir in underneath. Only a 10mm ground clearance from Scorpion, but it was enough for those front prongs of Dan Tom Keir. But Scorpion has come back into it now. Dan Tom Keir can lift and hoist. Scorpion can't get the blade to work effectively in the CPZ. Shunt can get the axe to cleave away those exposed tyres now, can it? They're out! Scorpion gone!
Cease.
Very steady work from Dan Tom Keir, ended with that. But it all built up to the moment with steady progress. Couldn't get the spinner to work effectively, could they, Scorpion? Shame. But they did manage just to cause, I think, yeah, there, look. A couple of little bits of damage on Dan Tom Keir.
Explosive battle. Dan Tom Keir, they go marching on. Sarah, what went wrong?
They flipped us.
I saw that. Looked like it hurt as well.
I didn't feel anything.
I bet you were in tears though, John.
Not at all. I don't think they've actually done any damage to us, barring throwing us out the arena.
Were you trying to knock something loose or something like that?
I was trying to knock anything loose if given half a chance, but...
Loose.
Yeah.
There was something hanging off him.
There's something hanging off him. Bit of damage.
Little bit of damage.
But he just couldn't stay in the arena.
Couldn't stay in the arena.
Are you going to come back?
Oh, definitely.
Bigger and better.
She's getting stronger each time.
Let's hope one day you finally have a sting in your tail. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Scorpion. Well, Dan Tomkier. It's named after the kids.
Yeah.
They must be proud.
They're very proud.
Yeah. You were best newcomer last time. I mean, you were newcomers. Now you're like old hands, fifth seeds.
It's a very big hat to wear. It's got to defend it now.
Well, you've just got rid of one.
Yeah.
Do you think you can go all the way and get rid of them all?
We've got a machine to do it this year. It's down to me now. We have the machine.
Well, good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, go hell for leather for Dan Tomkier!
But you have a problem with the machine, I believe.
Yeah, we underestimated the power of that disc. We sustained a lot of body damage, but something's shaken loose inside. And the main pressure gas valve, which fires the weapon up, doesn't seem to be opening. Now, the only way to test that is to put a compressed gas bottle in and physically fire the weapon in the gas cage to make it nice and safe, but we had to test the system.
So how did that happen? Why has it gone wrong?
We don't know. It's a brand new valve. It could be something, manufacturing defect or something, but they had to be unmodified. But if it is faulty, we'll take it off, strip it down, clean it, reassemble it and retest it. But it just takes time that we don't have.
A race against time for Dan Tomkier. Next up, IG88 against King B for the right to meet them in the heat final.
We are here with the IG88 boys. Congratulations, lads.
Very
You
much.
all through to the second round.
We are indeed.
Big spinning axe on your robot did a lot of damage out there, but did it get any damage to itself?
Not a lot, actually. The only problem we've really got is radio reception. Hence our new makeshift aerial. We're hoping that's going to give us a bit more range, because we couldn't really drive beyond the first part of the arena. So,
Really? That's not good, is it?
no. Well, we don't know how far this is going to go, but
Well, you are through to the next round. You want to know who you're up against?
Please, we could.
Okay. King B Powerworks.
excellent. Lots of sticky out bits. Should suit us well.
Bits to fly off.
Is that good for you or bad for you?
It should be. Four exposed wheels.
Lads, congratulations, you're through. But as your T-shirt says, who's next? Do you want to know who's next?
Yes, please, yep.
IG88.
Oh, lovely. Very nice. Well, I think our robot was conceived in a rather more gentle age, and probably a bit cruel to stick it in there with IG88, but I saw an aerial sticking out the side and a great big loop. So I think if that comes off first thing, we're all right. If not, we're not.
King B Powerworks.
Little tough nut King B Powerworks semi-finalists in Series 2, Simon and Grant.
IG88.
Love the look of that weapon, the axe. Paul Rose, Anton Grounds and Philip Coulthorpe. IG88.
Roboteers, stand by.
Who have we put up against them in the arena from the House Robot? Shunt for one. Two Blades and Sergeant Bash again, the old veteran. Up and at him.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So while Dan Tomkier are working hard in the pits, IG88 and King B Powerworks tussle for the right to meet them. It's a flailing old blade, isn't it? Working up to tremendous power. But King B, very tenacious, is a stayer and dancing away. Speeds up to 14 miles an hour. By far the quicker of these two. The lighter as well. Thought he might have pressed the pit release. He was a little blind, a little dummy. Got away from IG88. Catch me if you can. No, we're not playing kiss chase here, boys. King B Powerworks got a slam as it went on the attack, and the sparks flew. This is no love match out there. Look at the sparks. And it was rocking and reeling. Did that rocking create any damage to the electronics? King B is in trouble on the arena side wall. There's movement in the controls, but no movement in the arena. And they now are at the mercy, I feel, of IG88. They are smoking. Oh dear. King B, dethroned. IG, about to head through. Refbot, counting King B down and out. Oh, what a shame. That had the makings of a great battle, but the one time King B came on the attack, they got a buffeting, and it seemed to me to shake loose some of the electronics in the middle. They're going to get counted down and out, and it will be the IG-88 boys, you just saw them from the rear, who will go through to meet Dan Tom Kier if Dan Tom Kier are fit enough. Plenty of intrigue here on Robot Wars. Couple of slams from Shunt to try and penetrate the armament of King B. Seemed too strong. Ooh, is it? Listen to that. A crumpling and rending sound. A buckling and bending sound. A ripping and tearing sound. The only silence is in the emptiness of the hopes of King B Powerworks. Gone, I'm afraid. Never mind. That's what you're here for. To fight and lose if you're not good enough. And King B, you're not good enough. Go on, Bash. Go on, Bash. IG, get out of the way. We want to have some fun. All right, you're through. Well done. Don't dance and prance about it. We'll see you later on. Get out of the way. Go on. Out. Bash, put it on the flipper or down the pit. Oh, Refbot's coming to spoil our fun, I think. No, well done. This is what we like. Shunt, Bash, teamwork, flip, flop and fly. Hey. Go on, up in the air. See how you handle a bit of that. Come into our arena, and our arena will strike back. Hard luck, King B. Worthy competitors, to be serious. And Shunt will put them in the pit. They fought before, Robot Wars. The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth wars. I hope they'll be back. Good competitors, full of fun and spirit and enterprise too.
Cease.
Hard luck, Simon Harrison and Grant Hornsby. IG-88 through to the heat final.
Well, King B gets stung in the tail. IG-88, they're through to the heat final!
King B, Powerworks.
It was, once upon a time.
It didn't work at all.
No, we were so worried about what was going to happen. Not driving went to pot, and there wasn't much chance anyway. It's a very old robot now.
Yeah.
You won't see it again. Yeah, that's
the
it.
end of the road for King B.
That's it.
I mean, don't you think they did?
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Were you waiting for a judge's decision?
Yeah, I thought we were going to...
Were you hoping they were disqualified or something for being too aggressive?
Well, there was a chance, small chance. There was only a 0.5% of a chance anyway.
So what have we got to expect from you next time then? What are you working on?
I can't see it, but it's going to be fantastic.
All right, then, you heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for King B.
You know, you've reached the heat final. You're fighting the 5th seed, Dan Tom Kier. It's a flipper. It's a tough robot.
And we can't self-right, so...
The one thing is, though, he's got a real phobia about spinners.
He does, I know.
You know, he doesn't like spinners, so he doesn't want to fight you.
I think he said on the first fight of the heat that he didn't want to fight us, so...
Yeah. You want to get down in the pits and start psyching him out. Play all the cards. Get him nervous, because he's a nervous chap, isn't he?
He does get very stressed, yes.
You know, so start the psychological battle now. Could go all the way. How do you think you're going to fight it, though? Because he says he's got armour on the front now, it's going to be difficult to penetrate.
Because our disc spins upwards, if we hit him in the right place at the right time, he'll go over.
Yeah.
But he's very manoeuvrable, so...
So good driving then.
If we can get the disc balanced, I'll give it full welly and we'll see what we get.
Okay, good luck in the heat final.
Thank you very much.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. IG-88!
Coming up after the break, the heat final, Dan Tom Kier, if they're fit enough after sustaining damage from Scorpion, against IG-88, one of the most formidable weapons we've seen so far on Robot Wars. Time to join us on Robot Wars, the 7th Wars. It's tonight's heat final. Dan Tomkier, the number 5 seeds, against IG88 and the flailing bi-directional axe.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. 8 robots entered the war zone and 6 have been sent packing. And what a fight to end on. Oh yes, finals don't get much better than this.
The very impressive number 5 seeds Dan Tomkier against IG88. But before the final, let's see how they got this far, shall we?
3, 2, 1.
2 4-way melees to start off with. Dan Tomkier, far too powerful for Hassock's Hog 2, burnt to a crisp. And Rick dumped out as well. Dan Tomkier surviving a little bit of damage, but not much to go through with King B. IG88 opened impressively against Tomahawk, immobilising early on. And then with the Scorpion, proved too strong for the Stag Beetle. The Stag turned and ran into the pit. And then was this significant? A little bit of afters. How much damage did that cause Scorpion? As the boy came down. Were the Scorpion at full fitness as they fought Dan Tomkier and went out? IG88 looked full of vigour as they destroyed King B. And there were the opponents for the seeded Dan Tomkier in the final. Strong enough to buffet King B into submission. They were counted down and out. IG88 and Dan Tomkier count the seconds for this heat final.
This is the Grand Heat C final, and the tension is absolutely unbearable. Dan Tomkier, how are you feeling nerves-wise?
Very nervous, as normal. But the nerves will go when the robot starts working.
Now, have you fixed your valve?
Oh, yes.
It's fixed? You tested it?
Yep, it's good as new.
Tell me a little bit about your flipper. How powerful is it, and can it lift that robot?
It can go from close to open in less than 25th of a second, with 2 tons of force at this point. 100 kilo robot against 2 tons, yeah, they'll fly.
Oh, tough words from the Dan Tomkier boys. How do you feel about that?
As nervous as they are, because we don't like flippers either.
They don't like vertical spinners, you don't like flippers. It's a great match.
It's a hate-hate, I think, isn't it, really? So.
It's a hate-hate match going on. Now, what are going to be your tactics?
Where possible, to try and get them on the sides, because I think that's their vulnerable area. If we go head-on, we could go flying.
So, it's determination or extermination as we let the heat final begin.
Dan Tomkier.
Huge sigh of relief that they're through and fit Michael, Daniel and Stephen.
IG88.
They're going to give them a real fight here. Paul, Anton and Philip.
Roboteers, stand by.
We'll help them on their way with Shunt in the arena for the house robots. And Dead Metal 2.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Dan Tomkier trying to dodge that flailing axe of IG88. Oh, it's all over! They dodged it, they thrust it, they squeezed it, they flipped it.
Cease.
They've won it. Dan Tomkier, heat winners, number 5 seeds. I'll tell you something, they could go all the way. That was the most impressive thing we've seen so far in this series. IG88, very good machine. But Dan Tomkier got in underneath the ground clearance. Whack. And out they went. Splat. Out they go.
Well, blink and you would have missed it. It was like the boxing equivalent of getting knocked out with the first punch IG88, they might be spinning, but they're certainly not winning. Dan Tomkia, they go through to the Serie semi-final. IG88. It was all going so swimmingly well.
Brief, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got to the heat finals, your new kids on the block. Looked like you had a fantastic robot, quite destructive. 11 seconds that fight was.
It must almost be a record, isn't it, I think?
We're not sure. We're going to refer to the Wars Council, the World Association of Robotic Sports, and see, but it was certainly quick. No shame, though, getting knocked out by Dan Tomkia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. This is IG88. It's looking good.
Working very hard at it.
11 seconds.
Sorry, it's a bit slow.
I said to you how before the fight, how you're thinking of preparing, so you were just going to go straight for him, and that's what you did.
They surprised me when they turned. It would have been quick if they hadn't.
I think that's the quickest you've ever got rid of a robot in Robot Wars, surely 11 seconds.
Yeah, I think I did 15 seconds in extreme. I took iron ore out pretty quick.
The standard of robot, do you think it's improved? I mean, I know you're relatively new to the sport yourselves, but since you've been taking part, do you think it's improved?
It's improved greatly. It's a shock. Last year there was a lot of good robots. This year it's phenomenal robots.
Okay, so you're in the series semi-finals. Have you been there before?
I think so, yeah. I've got a vague recollection.
And you handled it quite
well. Quite well, reasonably well, yeah.
So you're not scared?
Panicking.
No fear?
No, well, yeah, plenty of fear, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear it for Dan Tomkia! Well, they can flip a robot higher than 15 floors. Is it Dan Tomkia's year? On Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Next time, will number 3 seeds 13 Black win our robot Russian roulette? Or will Thor hammer a bolt of lightning out of the blue?
We're getting pointless next here on Challenge, and over on Pick, someone's going to be getting points on their licence for sure in Road Wars.